Happen as we head onto the Halcyon Fold for Game 1 of the finals between Team Secret and CYCLONE with Dalsy and Forecourt Jester.
Thank you very much, AJ. This is the finals between Team Secret and CYCLONE here. And Psych, it's all a bait. This Rona is Captain Mowgli is playing the Rona.
Yep, I'm like, hold the phone on my muted state. I'm freaking out over here when Mowgli picks up a roam Rona. That's going to be Justman on that Adagio, Dazzy. I mean, we saw some pretty crazy things in the Challenger Series. We saw a roam Vox, but a roaming Rona. Like, can you captain Rona?
Mowgli thinks he can, and so this three-time European champion is going to be certainly doing his best to do so. Look at this, PT Lamb comes up in to try and harass Justman. Justman just throws it right back and says, you know what, I'm a Adagio, I heal up just as hard. This is going to be a lane Adagio as well, one of the first we've seen so far in this week's competition. I don't know what to say. Rona in the captain role, if any team was going to do it, it's Team Secret, right?
Yeah, in the finals of week 1, where points and bonus points are both on the line, you will get a hefty smattering of them if you can finish out first in your week here as well. So, yeah. All right, well, game 1's probably the best time if you're going to throw an experiment your way, because absolutely, at least you have a little bit of a recovery time if it all goes wrong. But at the same time, does not look like a double crystal. This will be a crystal kestrel weapon Vox, as PT Lamb's trying to contest this Treant.
Not quite able to land the last hit. Does go on over to Leon there, who will be taking that one up. And this will be a weapon power crew coming through. We've seen in North America a ton of CP crews dominating the Halcyon Fold, but this will be one of the first weapon power we see. Wow, Mowgli takes a lot of damage from Waldemar.
Yeah, this comp is going to take a little bit to kind of come online here, Dazzy. With Rona not building damage and trying to be a frontliner, she's going to have to build extremely tanky. The red mist is great for sustain in some situations. In this one actually as well, I'm not entirely too sure that there's really going to be a lot of tools to stop out combos here from Team Secret. Like, all we have really is the silence. Like, Radha really has to set up in huge advanced portions of time if he wants to get that active combo done, because he's not going weapon, right? He's going to have to set that up beforehand. So that leaves us with Waldemar with a silence, and not entirely too sure that's going to be enough.
Okay, well, hopefully everyone's getting given a bit of time to recoup their, their brains off the carpet, mind blown and all that with the captain Rona here. I'm certainly trying to pick up the pieces myself, but we are 3 minutes into this game so far. You can see that currently we're seeing a lot of priority from CYCLONE in keeping this lane pushed in against Justman.
Yeah, and we've seen the ebb and the flow in the lane there as well. There's not a huge amount of emphasis of just making sure you stay 100% in that lane and you only get escorts down to the item shops or anything, especially the first 4 minutes, because there is no item shop. So going back, getting it covered, pushing back and forth, we've seen it before. It's nothing really out of the ordinary here at this point. But now Waldemar is actually going to be helping out down here in jungle. He's going to be picking up a few extra CS here to go along with his laning, and Radha there just right with him. So I do think that they have a little bit more of an early game advantage.
CYCLONE, yeah, no, I would agree as well, especially with this Kestrel and the Lyra, just to lay down constant harass. I can certainly see that being the case. But currently we are seeing Leon just hard farming this crew, looking for as many advantages as possible where he can find them. CYCLONE moving as a unit, and Sigil will spot him out as CYCLONE make their way down to the jungle shop. A breaking point purchased for Waldemar on this box, so you can expect it's going to be the breaking point double monocles build here.
Now it's level 5 for both the carry roles here from CYCLONE. Not only the carry, but that jungler. PT Lamb down level 3. You can see the shifts and differences in levels, kind of putting a little bit more power behind these early game carries. PT Lamb will eventually catch up, right? But it's just another new strategy that we see here.
Right, yeah, and I like it from so far from CYCLONE. It's a lot of patience from them to try and build up this box here, sharing the ambient gold, sharing the kills over as well. It's like you get some of the last hits. Waldemar, Radha is going to take the majority of them on this Kestrel because the Kestrel is going to be the driving point for the early game. But we're not really seeing anything from Team Secret here. Mowgli hasn't really shown us what this Rona can do. Leon, very close to hitting that level 6. That's when I expect this Kroll to start doing some real work.
I would almost call this a hyper farm box. It's not quite the same pacing as we saw earlier with a hyper farm Ringo, but it's very
They're
similar.
going to go for a fight. This is going to be the first fight. It's going to be that Brewer going down. You can't jump in. Leon takes a lot of damage. One shot onto Leon. He's almost dead, but he's able to walk away. Mowgli jumps away from the fight as well. It leaves just men on the back line as Waldemar going to follow up. Can they get onto this Adagio? Doesn't look likely. The fountain finally comes through from Mowgli. Cyclone attempt to find kills. They can't quite connect them.
Leon only lived because he has a reflex block. 5 minutes in, gets a reflex block, ends up saving his life. Pretty astounding things. But there's a big power disparity in that fight there, Dowsy. They're going to be pushing in, maybe even finding a kill. But both those carries have level 6. That's not the case for Secret.
Yeah, and these glimmer shots just tear through that turret on a CP Kestrel. Almost nothing that Team Secret can do here. Mowgli certainly can't do much on this Captain Rona, but here comes Leon from the back and he's looking for a target. Can he land a stun? He's taking so much damage. He goes down. First blood to Radha, and Radha gonna walk away as well. They find the kill. One shot onto Mowgli. It's a double for Waldemar, and an ace here for Cyclone.
Yeah, he turned and it looked like Mowgli wanted to burn a little bit, but he's the one to go down instead. Turret to drop there as well. It's very clear that Cyclone have the early game spike, absolutely. I mean, they hit those level 6s first. They had those ults ready to go. Justman as a carry Adagio. I mean, that verse is going to be very hard to kind of time out, and he just hit that level 6 mark there as well. So hopefully down the line, Team Secret will get their feet, but Cyclone are pressing their advantage with this strat. They have those level 6s earlier. They have those item spikes earlier, and now they are starting to run away with the gold lead.
Same stuff. It is going to be Shatterglass and Monocles picked up here for Radha and Waldemar. And like you say, it is a huge lead so far for Cyclone. 4,000 gold for these guys, almost 5,000 on the board here. 3-0, and they've got that first turret already. I'm wondering, with Cyclone having so much early game power, does that mean that Team Secret have some late game in them?
Well, once the Crow tanks up a bit, once Mowgli gets into a few items here on this Rona, they won't be going down nearly as easily. I mean, you saw how quickly Leon dropped, right?
Oh no. Leon trying to find Radha here. Look at Waldemar all by himself. Great wait for it. Silences out. That burst still goes out. Does damage. The one shot connects onto Mowgli. Justman, he's going to get taken down with the resonate bounce. And Waldemar's looking for a second. That's going to be Leon falling. Mowgli just about escapes. But so much damage coming out, and they're not done yet. They want to find this last kill. Waldemar diving deep. He may just lose his life, or he does go down to the turret. And that's going to be Leon with the kill credit. A shutdown as well. Great for the team of Secret. Now, we'll have to see what they can make with that little burst of gold.
So again, with the survivable aspect kicking in, closer to the 12-15 minute mark, if Team Secret can get that far without being in like a 10,000 gold ditch, then there is definitely a possibility for this Adagio. If he hits that 3-item spike, he's going to be very hard force to contend with, and Leon is going to be spreading around weakness. But again, Cyclone has really pressed this early game. They have themselves a very comfortable lead. We have definitely seen teams stall out after some really big early game aggression. I'm just not convinced that Cyclone's going to fall into that, because again, more of a hyper farm themed carry from Waldemar. He's at 80 last hits, 9 minutes in. Again, it's not the best, but Radha sacrificed a lot of the last hits and only took ambient farm to get these spikes going.
Certainly did. Team Secret going to come back to the lane. Cyclone are just going to walk away. It's kind of like a seesaw here. One team gets to clear, the other one goes out. But this allows Cyclone to get vision around the map. So many scout traps placed by PT Lambs, and an infusion purchased up here by Waldemar. Popped immediately. Looks like Cyclone are getting ready for this next brawl.
Well, Cyclone they still need to be able to drive home this momentum. They're still very much in the driver's seat. They know exactly where Team Secret is now with that flare on top of them. And as long as Radha doesn't actually get jumped, that Crystal Kestrel can be very powerful. She has that Shatter Glass. But Secret, if they find the jump, if they find the engage, Cyclone might fall apart.
Well, good eyes from Cyclone to force Team Secret to choose between a corridor or a long route. safety, and it does mean it forces Team Secret back. Another gold miner should be secured fairly easily here by Cyclone as Secret try and get a little bit more gold down their throats. An immense gold payout pushes the gold lead here to just very close to 5,000, for about 4,800 at this moment. But Cyclone are still maintaining the pressure. They want to try and push home their advantages here and not allow Team Secret to scale into a position when they can fight back.
If they can keep Just Man from really getting to a 3-item spike before the 15-minute mark, then the Cyclone will definitely be much better off. If Team Secret can keep Just Man alive, because he's the only real source of damage in these engages. It's going to be really heavily relying upon this damage adagio, but Leon, he's gone into the Atlas Pauldron. He has that Aegis now ready to go there as well. Not a lot of offensive power, but he might have, a little bit more of that staying power. And if he can get those weakness stacks and the stuns off in the right times, there's still a lot of hope here for Team Secret.
11-minute double monocle breaking point. That's
the fastest we've seen it.
We saw it at the same time, I think. Best Chuck and Nay just about hit the same point at this time. But yeah, you're right. This hyper carry Vox hitting that spot, and you can see double Atlas Pauldron, Mowgli and Leon have one, so they're looking to try and shut down Waldemar where possible, but no one's in lane really to defend this turret, just man. And currently Cyclone putting down lots of damage onto it. Stealthed up radar means there's always threats. The flares continuously being placed onto Cyclone's location to try and spot him out, but they can just poke this turret from afar. Here comes Mowgli trying to get on in. Leon on the backline. They're trying to find it. There's the Hell's Heart straight onto Waldemar, trying to burst him down. Waldemar going low, and he's taken on down by Leon. Great stuff. Now they're going for PT Lamb here, who's going to try to escape with the Arcanum and make sure that this Kestrel gets away from Leon. Currently being chased down by the crew, but it's PT Lamb really the main target. Secured by Just Men. There's the power of the double Atlas.
So the big thing there as Leon continues to just chase away this Kestrel is that Mowgli jumped in, and we kind of panic buttoned a little bit right there. PT Lamb on this Lyra immediately hit the Sigil, and that Sigil is a big buffer to keep not only the Rona at bay, but the Kroll as well. And with that out, Leon skirted all the way around and got into the back, and that's where they were able to finally take down this very dominant Vox. You also said it a little bit earlier as well. Double Atlas Pauldron there as well. We got tier 3 boots on Leon as there to boot. So he is going to be looking to chase down these targets. If they can continue to play Cyclone out of those big stoppers for the engagement, Secret might still come back into this.
Yeah, the Brightwalk Bulwark is basically what Cyclone are relying on to make sure that Leon and Mowgli can't jump on their faces. And we kind of heard from the analysts before the game started that, yesterday SK Gaming Kavalava on the weapon power Rona in lane was baiting out the Brightwalk Bulwarks all the time. Now we've got this Captain Rona. She can't really hurt you, but she's going to jump in and apply the Atlas immediately, and it's kind of a bait continuously on PT Lambs because you expect this Rona to be eating at your face.
So as time goes on
that's going
here,
to be going straight on. Yeah, Leon wants to go into the fight here. They're trying to get onto Waldemar on the backline. Wait for it. Going to silence up everyone. Just Man taking huge damage, but Mowgli keeping up the pressure, as is Leon. They're in the back, but the Crystal Sentry getting involved in the fight. Just Man, he's not close. He can't get in. It leaves Leon all by himself to try to escape past 2 turrets here. Gonna surfboard it up, but he gets slowed down. I don't see Leon getting out. Gonna charge back on in. In fact, Mowgli goes as well. Okay, maybe a mistake. They should have just left Leon to die. But now the kills are going over to Cyclone. Mowgli spinning away. Red mist in his eyes, but he's going to fall to Radha in the end. And another ace comes out for Cyclone.
Got split there at the end. It was such a good start to Secret there as well, but they got the splits and they couldn't actually get a kill too deep into the Sentry territory on top of it, and you kind of saw them fall apart. They should have absolutely just left the Kroll to his own devices. Leon looking for the great escape, but it just was not meant to be. That's going to be punished now by a turret, a gold miner, a pretty hefty one too, 290 gold, and whatever little momentum this Team Secret just built up, they're going to have to build it up again.
They certainly will, and 10 seconds time we're going to see the Kraken enter the fold once more. Huge purchases coming out of Cyclone here. Going to purchase up their Confusions as well. Get ready to fight over this big ugly objective, the Kraken Nash. She's beautiful. I
He
love
has
you.
feelings
I got
too,
you.
you know.
True. Gonna be Mowgli jumping onto the back. There's
The bulwark.
right bulwark going down. Let's see if Leon is able to get onto Waldemar. They're trying to get in there, trying to charge him down. Justman, though, inactive camera getting stunned on up. Leon trying to do his best to smite down Waldemar, but can they get onto him? He's so mobile. He's still at the backline, still surviving, and they run into a turret. Mowgli gonna fall. They're turning onto Justman, but Justman's starting to tank up. He's starting to do the damage. Leon running away. It's a 1-for-1. One shot onto Justman. We'll find the double kill here for Radha.
Goal.
And that will be a triple as well. This sniper does not miss. Radha here to play.
Leon doesn't have any damage. I don't know why he thought he could take that engage, and he was dead to rights. But why he turned around into PC Lamb instead of using the passive to motor on out? He has no burst. He has to stack up. We are all pure burst here from Radha. So they get punished again. Another turret down. I'm really glad that the tankiness factor is starting to kick in for Secret, but they are getting run around really, really hard in these fights, and they just always pay for it by that chip damage, right? All the stutter stepping from blocks, all the glimmer shots coming out of Radha, and PT Lamb, that was the shortest portal I've ever seen, but like he's still able to keep his team alive just long enough.
Insane stuff here from Cyclone. We are going to see a couple more items purchased up. A poison shiv onto Leon to try and prevent the healing coming out. We'll have to see if that is able to stop the healing from PT Lamb as Team Secret want to go in once more. Continuous aggression, and they're trying to get onto the back line, trying to get in, but Waldemar's left to his own devices. He's laying down the hurt. PT Lamb's the main target, but Radha and glimmer shot after glimmer shot, and now Waldemar's free to just start taking the kills. It's a double. The one shot not quite connecting. So close, but Mowgli able to jump away. But with the double kill coming through for Cyclone, an easy Kraken will be theirs.
Well, it's very nearly a 10,000 gold lead at this point. I think Cyclone might still be able to pull this one out of the bag. They are severely ahead. Like after every ace, and it's been quite a few of them now, it's been turret objective. Now they got a Kraken pushing down. I think we're far enough ahead at this one, Dowsy.
Yep, and let us not forget, you know, you look at the scoreboard, 6, 0, and 5. Radha is Cyclone's substitute. They're not meant to be playing with him. He's come in and he's brought them to the semis, he's brought them to the finals, and now he's looking to take them to a Game 1 lead over Team Secret, European champions of old time. I have to see if they can make it happen with the Kraken entering in the base. Team Secret, a last hurrah here to finish this one off. Let's see if they can bring down the beast itself. The first turret Mowgli into the backline, trying to lay down the pressure as Leon gonna throw out that Hellcat straight on Waldemar. Radha, glimmer shot just doing so much damage. The one shot connects as well onto Leon. Mowgli doing his best to cause disruption, but this Captain Rona cannot do the damage. The first turret goes down, as does a Leon. Radha, Waldemar finds that kill, and now the second will fall as well. Justman doing his best, but look at Waldemar, so separated from the fight, doing the damage to it, and then just taking kill after kill. That's gonna be the ace, and that's gonna be the game. Cyclone take Game 1 in our finals against Team Secret.
Whew. Okay, so things that we learned about this today is that when you can get your power spikes level 6 earlier and take fight, turret, and gold mine,